Ask Cancerism is our video series where we answer your questions about cancer. So click the link below if you want to ask us a question about your issue. Also subscribe to our channel if you want to get more info about cancer. The question in this video is, how did I get lung cancer when I never smoked and have no family history of it? There are several reasons why you might get lung cancer without smoking. One reason might be because of animal products. Animal products have a growth hormone called IGF-1 that can increase the growth of cancer. High blood concentration of IGF-1 increases the risk of lung cancer and other cancers. Environmental pollution is another possible cause of lung cancer. Air pollution may be responsible for millions of deaths from lung cancer and other diseases. One US study showed that people living in more polluted cities had more deaths from heart disease and lung cancer than those living in more cleaner cities. You can also get lung cancer because of asbestos. About 6,000 people die in the US because of lung cancer caused by asbestos. The way asbestos might create cancer is because of the microscopic fibers that become lodged in your lung tissue and destroy lung cells. It can take 15 to 35 years after the asbestos exposure to develop cancer. Asbestos was quite common in certain professions such as mining, construction, heavy industry, shipbuilding, firefighting, and veterans. Another possible cause of lung cancer is stress. Dr. Hammer found a link between stress and cancer. He worked at a cancer clinic in Munich, Germany. One day his son died, and not long after he got testicular cancer. Hammer wondered if the emotional shock from the death of his son caused the cancer. Because he worked with cancer patients every day, he asked them if they had experienced an unexpected shock before their cancer diagnosis. He also took brain scans and analyzed them later. Dr. Hammer found white spots on the brain scans and discovered that a particular area of the brain controlled a specific organ. Every patient that he had experienced an emotional shock before their cancer diagnosis. So Hammer could see that specific conflict shocks affected a unique part of the brain that related to the organ. So cancer is not a disease but rather a biological conflict. Hammer found that different conflict shocks affected various parts of the lung. So for example, the biological conflict in the bronchiole was a male territorial fear struggle or a female scare fright conflict. A territorial fear conflict refers to a threat to the territory such as your home, work, senior home, hospital, village, city, or the country where you live. This conflict shock can trigger when you fear for your own safety or the safety of the pack. Physical abuse, family violence, or bullying can trigger this fear, or an accident, fire, flooding, a frightening diagnosis, a natural disaster, war, a terrorist attack, and much more. Hammer also found out that the biological conflict linked to the lung alveoli was a death threat conflict. It's when we fear for our own life or other people such as family members, friends, or a pet. This conflict shock activates when we experience a life-threatening situation. One example is a diagnosis shock, such as when you find out that your cancer is malignant, aggressive, invasive, or you only have 6 months to live. You can also trigger this fear when you take COVID-19 PCR tests, mammograms, colonoscopies, blood tests, and so forth. Hammer also explained that the biological conflict linked to the pleura was an attack conflict. So it's an attack against the chest or torso, such as a blow, stab, or hit. Accusations directed at someone can also trigger this attack conflict. You can also activate it when you have a surgery or other aggressive treatments. One famous lung cancer patient was George Harrison. He died of lung cancer in 2001. Not many people know that he experienced a biological conflict 2 years before his death. 30th of December 1999, a psychopath attacked Harrison and his wife at their home. This fan, Michael Abrams, broke in and attacked Harrison with a kitchen knife. This traumatic incident might have been the cause of George Harrison's lung cancer. Hammer also discovered that the biological conflict linked to the goblet cells in the lungs was due to a fear of suffocating. It's the panic of not getting enough air. You might experience it during an accident such as drowning, strangulation, an asthma attack, smoke poisoning, or a medical emergency. If you want to learn natural ways to treat lung cancer, then download our free guide below. The link to this guide is in the description box below. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.